Leo, hello. Let's go ahead and see what the issue is that you're facing in February. Six of Pentacles. What are we giving to? What are our priorities here? Are we giving too much? Too little? Right? Feels like something's off, out of balance here. You're taking stock to assess that, right? Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Wands. I love this. I love this. Leo, it feels like you're taking the time for yourself, taking space, and we're realizing we're reinvesting in our ace. We're reinvesting in us, right? That's really lovely. Three of Pentacles, you could be surrounding yourself with close loved ones here and really allowing your tribe to help you, right? The Magician, Four of Pentacles here. We want to keep what we want. We want to keep what matters close to us, right? We want to keep things close to our vest a little bit, right? Two of Swords. I feel like with this Two of Swords energy here, you don't want to, you're being a little bit less social here and you're being a little bit less vocal is what I'm hearing. So there's a shift in your priorities, right? We're giving back to ourselves. We're making sure that we are taken care of. If we need laughter, joy, and love, we are doing that, right? And we are engaging in that way. But for the month of February, Leo, I don't see you really being that social butterfly. I see you being a little bit more guarded, a little bit more closed off to others, in an effort to put yourself first. We're not trying to make new friends. We're not trying to involve a lot of people in our lives here. We're trying to move forward and assess the best way to do that for ourselves. And that's really quite nice. Let's see what Leo shouldn't be doing regarding these changing priorities here. King of Pentacles. Interesting. I'm focusing on that fire here, right? So we do have that water. We have that fire. King of Pentacles, he is grounded, focused on long-term success. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. You're burning some things down, right? We're saying no more to some sort of energy here, right? Because we are changing our priorities. I'm hearing jumping ship. You're jumping ship from something here. Something's no longer serving you. And for the Leo that I read for, it feels like it hasn't been for some time, Leo. You haven't been yourself for some time. And so we're jumping ship. Some things have to change, right? Our outlook has to change. Yes, the world. Oh, I love tarot. We're closing the chapter on something that it feels like you thought was meant for you, or you had a long-term goal in mind for this. And we're saying, no, we're done. This isn't what I thought it was. This isn't what I had envisioned. Right? And it was a hard lesson for you to get there. With that 10 of Wands in reverse, it feels like we didn't want this to end for a long period of time. We weren't looking for ending. We were holding out hope here that things would get better, this situation, this dynamic, whatever it is. And perhaps you kept giving, over giving, to the point where some of you even lost yourselves in whatever this was, trying to make this happen, fighting tooth and nail. And we're realizing it is not what we had envisioned. It is not what was meant for us, right? Queen of Swords, Six of Cups. We want to give to ourselves. We are giving to our ace, right? Giving to what matters. Page of Pentacles, Five of Cups. Yeah, you're being open and honest with yourself here about how this didn't work, how perhaps you wanted it to work for yourself, right? King of Wands. We're being You're being smart about this, right? We're jumping ship here, but, you might be even burning a couple of bridges, Leo, but it feels like those bridges, I'm hearing those bridges deserve to be burned. Um, we want to be safe when we're playing with fire, right? And make sure that we're not harming ourselves or anyone in the process. But with these bridges, I'm getting this idea that it just wasn't meant for you, right? And there's a level of understanding here, there's a level of acceptance, and we're releasing any doubt, any fear, any insecurity, because we know this was not meant for us. We've got that Seven of Swords, Page of Wands, and the Empress here. Yeah, you're done with whatever this deceit was. Either you kind of giving into this delusion or being a little bit too stubborn and that we're going to make this work, we're going to make this work, we're going to make this work. Even when the universe was giving you so many signs that this wasn't meant for you. Or that energy, which I've been seeing in your weeklies, that somebody's trying to keep you here. Somebody's trying to keep you wrapped in a loop that is not meant for you. It could be that they're going through a similar thing. They want company, or they just want to drag you down with them. Either way, we're seeing that for what it is, and we're releasing any tension or anxiety or guilt, right? That is keeping us here. And we're saying, I choose myself. I choose to be gentle and give myself that love and understanding that it is okay to walk away from this, right? What should Leo be doing? Prince of Wands. Moving on. Moving on. Hyping yourself up, right? That's lovely. That's lovely, right? Letting your passion and letting yourself be reinvigorated, fueling yourself, doing what you need to do for you to move on. Oh, Queen of Pentacles, trust yourself. Trust that whatever loop you're closing here is meant to close. Feels like it's been meaning to close for a long time. Yeah. Seven of Cups in reverse. We see things as they are. Trust yourself. You know what you need to do. You know you need to be done with this energy. We are done over giving to situations that do not serve us. We are choosing to see a new perspective here and holding space for that truth. You're not being social here. You're not engaging and interacting in the way that attracts many people, right? You're still attractive, Leo, don't get me wrong, you're naturally very charismatic, but you're picking and choosing who you're interacting with, right? You're picking and choosing where you're expending your energy. And if it doesn't fill you, you have no time for it. It's beautiful. Love to see it, Leo. Queen of Cups. Yeah, you're like, I am asserting my boundaries. I am taking time to know my boundaries and I'm asserting them. No ifs, ands, or buts. King of Pentacles. Knight of Swords. Perhaps we're finding some new path forward, right? Especially with that Ace of Swords here. We're done with this. We're done with this. We're finding a new path forward. A path forward that you can feel good about because this one got tainted along the way. Right? A path that was truly meant for you because this wasn't. And that's what we're choosing to give to as we move forward. Yeah. We're not letting anything or anyone stop us. Yeah. You might be juggling a lot, right? As we start giving to whatever is next and start giving from a place of a nice, strong center for you, right? Yes, it will hurt. It might be painful, right, to let this go. And I see that. But you need to get back to who you were and be super intentional about that, Leo. And maybe get back to who you were is not the right way to say that. You need to get back to being the person that you were meant to be. Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. Where are we going? Where are we headed? Because this wasn't working. We're putting an end to that. It seems with that Wheel of Fortune, now is the time, right? Some idea of karmic justice here. Karma could be a karmic loop as well that we are bringing to a close. And there is a general understanding of that. Feels like the universe might be helping you close out this loop as well, right? Making those ties a little bit easier to cut as we move forward. Ace of Pentacles, right? So now we have 3 of the 4 aces on the board for you. Really feels like the universe and spirit is trying to signal to you that there are beautiful opportunities waiting for you. This was never meant to be yours. And there's a lesson in here. And as soon as we understand that lesson, the universe will open up opportunities for you. Opportunity to get back to yourself, to get back to feeling how you should be feeling, and not giving to anything and anyone that craves attention, right? Get back to picking up on these beautiful opportunities that were meant for you, Leo. Stop and breathe. Yeah. Yeah. It felt like you were caught on this hamster wheel a little bit, and you didn't have that time. You weren't allowing yourself that time because we kept getting distracted and we kept getting pulled into things, right? Heal. And that's what I feel like you are doing, right? With releasing that doubt, releasing that fear, that insecurity, that anxiety, and saying, we're finally done. And allowing yourself to finally be done. Own your power. I love that. I love that. You're heading into a place where you only have to be accountable to yourself. If it doesn't serve you, it doesn't serve you. Own your power. Changing the world is easier after one learns to change oneself. Become the change you wish to see and watch the world around you shift. What a beautiful note to end your reading on. Leo, magical things are happening for you. I can't wait to see how these opportunities take place for you at the end of February and beyond. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate you today and always. I hope you have a wonderful February, and we'll see you next time. Take care.